Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing amazing today. We have a very special reading. So literally as I was just starting this, it was almost like I was being guided to start with the whole idea that someone feels in their comfort zone. You could feel like by kind of holding back who you truly are, it's a safer bet. I feel like Spirit is guiding me to get this message out to you that it's time for you to stand in the light, time to be who you're supposed to be. I just pulled these cards out and this was literally the one there. So we're going to do a shuffle, but it says, you are being divinely guided. Trust the path you are being led down now, for it is one chosen by divine. The outcome will exceed all your expectations. So really beautiful message to start there. And like I said, it was literally just in the box there from last time I did a reading. So yeah, I really feel like for some of you, you're being asked to, wow, brighter days are up ahead. You're being asked to really step out into your light, into your purpose. And it's like through life, maybe you've had a difficult series of events that have made you feel like you had to hold back. And it's like, now it's gotten to the point where I feel like Spirit's been really in your face, or you've just felt it in your heart, your intuition, that there's certain dreams you want to follow, or there's certain way you want to live your life. And it's like Spirit is guiding you and guiding me in a sense. If you found this reading, I'm just the messenger here to deliver this to you. So I really hope it's going to resonate for you, and we're going to hop right into it. And I hope you're having an amazing day whenever you see this reading, sending light and blessings your way. Welcome if you're new to the channel. I hope you get something out of the reading, a message for you, and welcome back to all the returning subs. So beautiful. It says you have a higher calling. Answer the phone. You are here on this earth to guide others. You may be a healer, a motivational speaker, teacher, or spiritualist. So whoever this resonates for, it's your time to step up into your light, into your purpose. I feel like it's like, say growing up and stuff, you could have always been a little bit different. You could have been very unique, and you could have been proud of that. You could have been someone who loved to be original and different. And it's almost like at times maybe people judged you for it, or made you feel like you weren't good enough being different. You were supposed to be like a prototype, right? Like a certain normal, wherever that may be in the world for you, because everywhere, you know, there's always like the clique types and stuff, especially when you're growing up. So I feel like for some of you, maybe you always kind of, either you were super original and you just didn't care, but there was always still points where people bothered you with that. Or if not, it's like, regardless of whatever, you were always going through those situations and you felt like you kind of had to hide who you were. So the funny thing is, for some of you, if this resonates, it's like the same people that judged you for being different are actually looking up to you, whether you know this or not. And it's happened throughout your entire life. It's almost like these people see you as a guiding light. So if you notice the thumbnail to the video, it's just really like signifying to let your light shine through. And I thought it was a really beautiful message from Spirit. So we're just starting with that. That was just the guided message I had to give to y'all. And now let's hop into it and look at that. The scales are being balanced. So wherever you felt like maybe you weren't good enough, or you weren't receiving the recognition you deserve, possibly at a job or in your life, maybe just by those you loved, for being the way you are, for being so humble and giving. And for a lot of you, you are a light worker. You're someone who really stands out in that. So really beautiful. It says things are about to be balanced out on a karmic scale. A shift in the energy needs to occur sooner rather than later. So here we go. This is the message to start off with. Good things are coming in for you. You deserve this change. Let's just do a random spread that actually just came out so beautifully. Gotta love Spirit. Welcome everyone in the chats. Thank you so much for tuning in. And let's get some archetypes as to what Spirit wants you to really focus on coming up. And for some of you, it's even going to be a specific job. This may resonate if we pull an archetype like that. Wow, athlete. So some of you are actually transcending your physical limits, or breaking like things that you thought you would never be able to do, right? So for some of you, it could even be generational curses, or for others of you, it's actually stepping into a new belief system, a new way of being, and especially believing in yourself. And I feel like I'm here just to deliver this message. Whoever needs to hear it, it's time for you to not be afraid to be your true, authentic self and to really like be empowered by that, because you're absolutely a beautiful person and you deserve to not feel ashamed or like you have to hold back. You deserve to feel like, you know, like you have enough to offer the world, because you absolutely do. And for a lot of you, you're light workers, and it's like you're constantly giving to others, but maybe you're not giving that same love and appreciation to yourself. So beautiful message. Let's hop into it. We have saboteur at the bottom. I didn't shuffle and see that. That was just there. So I feel like for some of you, you could be self-sabotaging or letting sabotagers get in the way. And really, it's just like, don't do that, right? Wow, alchemist. So next card out, we got the alchemist card. Let's see what else we got. So it's funny because with the alchemist there, it's really saying you have the ability to transform your life into whatever you would like it to be. So step up into that and have the courage. Liberator. Wow. So they're giving you the strength to really achieve this. It says freeing yourself and others of outmoded beliefs. So like old beliefs and old maybe ideas that people had about how people were supposed to be, right? You're transcending that, showing them it's okay to be different and it's okay to be original and creative and your own unique individual self. So that's beautiful. It says releasing negative thought patterns. The shadow attribute says imposing your own tyranny, though, over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. So because it was in the upright, this is more the sabotagers against you, right? So with that, it's almost like whatever you were trying to do, trying to achieve, these people made you feel like it wasn't enough or it was weird because it was different. I'm hearing like maybe even growing up in school, like you were someone who, depending like what generation you were, like say you were a feminine, you like to wear like your hair a certain way or wear certain clothes a certain way, your makeup, and people could have like judged you for it. But then here it's like even maybe after that or years later, they always looked up to you and they actually followed that in a sense and kind of made it their own style, right? So it's just something Spirit really wants you to acknowledge, not to worry if someone is trying to make you feel outcasted or impose their own power over you trying to be different. And I really feel like that's the message I'm just here to deliver. Don't be afraid to be yourself, to be unique, and to truly be you, because everyone, each and every one of us has a beautiful originality and creativity about ourselves. And that's what makes the world so beautiful, right? So wow, for some of you, regardless of gender, you are someone who really is a leader. It says enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. So you're someone who gives to others. It's not like you're out to benefit yourself. Say you're someone who is in the public or is giving towards others in some type of way. Or say you're like a boss at a company, or you could be a manager or even a teacher, right? There's so many different things you could do that you kind of have people that look up to you. It's just saying you are someone who's very fair and giving. And so, wow, for some of you, I heard maybe you're afraid. Maybe others look down on you. For example, say you are a light worker, you tried to spread the message, or if you really have your own true beliefs, you try to get those messages out and people could have disagreed with them. But what Spirit's saying is, regardless, do not be afraid to stand in that light and be who you are, because you are a fair and honest person, right? So with the mediator here, it's really beautiful because it says the light attribute is gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument. So you, whoever is watching, is someone who not only is fair in their own personal life with those that they love and those around them that are close to them, but also at work or strangers or say people from your past. You're someone, wow, with the advocate right next to it. I'm all going on about this one. I didn't even notice right beside it. So look at that. You're giving to everyone all around. You're well-rounded, a nurturing person, right? And with the light attribute, it says inspires you to put compassion into action. So Spirit's telling you now to really step up into that light and that purpose and to be your true authentic self. I'm going to see if we're going to get any actual jobs coming out. But so far for a lot of you, it's like with the alchemist, dream big. Whatever you are wanting to work towards, that's what you have the ability to do. And Spirit wants you to not sell yourself short, right? Wow. For some of you, you could be mentors or you could be guided to become a mentor. They're saying to answer the call, it's time to hop up into that and be your true self. There could be something about you too that you do that's just really different from others, and that's what they want you to step into. Maybe for some of you, you're doing something and they're like, they don't want you to be or feel like you have to be like others. They want you to feel like you can be your true self and really just like stand in that. So that's really beautiful. With this card here, the light attribute says selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. So you are someone who's very in tune, connected with your spirit guides at all time. And if you needed that confirmation, there you go. They're reaching out in this message and letting you know they're always there whenever you need them. You just have to call out, reach out to them. So with the servant there, the light attribute is delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. So you are someone that's very giving, sometimes more than you give to yourself. Like I said, growing up, it's like if someone judged you or made you feel like what you were doing wasn't okay, maybe it wasn't even family or friends, like people that were really close to you. I felt like you could have been someone who felt like they had to conform to their beliefs maybe. And if that's the case, even especially now, if this is actually something that is happening in your life, they're saying to transcend out of that energy and just basically it's almost like an attitude for these people to either love you or, you know, accept you or not for who you're becoming and who you always were for some of you. So with the Prince card here, it says romantic charm and potential for power. So wow, for some of you, you could actually be coming into acceptance of being confident in your next relationship, knowing the qualities that you have to offer. Maybe you went through a series of heartbreaks or things that just left you feeling less than in a relationship. But now it's saying you're realizing that you do have something of great worth to another partner. It just didn't work with that person in particular. So that's a really beautiful message for y'all to receive. And just know that anything you previously went through is being cleared away by spirit in order for you to feel like you can stand in your true, authentic light. So let's get a like for that if you are ready to be your authentic, true self. No matter what anyone thinks, that's absolutely beautiful energy there. You know, Spirit, they always come in strong with the messages. Love this one today. We haven't even done the tarot yet. We'll definitely get a few more angel messages. Wow, so look at this. With the trickster card, it's like those people from your past, or say there's still people around you trying to make you feel like you can't be who you want to be. They're just deceiving you. They're just actually like blockages on your path, right? And when you achieve that success and break through those barriers, you are going to realize that. And for some of you, you could have already started to realize this. So the light attribute, though, because it's in the upright, there is a little bit of light to it. It says transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. So you are someone currently who's breaking the mold. Whatever it is you're doing or wanting to do, or it could even just be your fashion sense or the way you live your life, you're showing others it's okay to be like that. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to want to be happy and to chase your dreams. So wow, what a strong, beautiful message. If this resonates, man, they're telling you right now, dream big. And for some of you, it could be past dreams you had growing up, your whole life, or something more recently. Whatever it is for you, you actually hold a little bit of intuition behind it and knowledge and information from spirit. So they really want you to go ahead and follow that. Really beautiful. Thank you so much, everyone, tuning in. I really hope this resonates for you. We are going to get a couple more of the archetypes, and then we'll do some tarot and some angel messages. Hope you're having an amazing day. Storyteller. So for some of you, you're actually about to write a story about your life. This is really beautiful if you've been guided to do so. Maybe for some of you, you've had, I just heard like a crazy life, or like just something out of the ordinary might have happened in your life that's worth telling. It's worth explaining to others. And it's really almost too with this, the light attribute says ability to experience life and express it through stories and symbols. So you have this way of being creatively expressive and explaining things, breaking down situations, maybe teaching others lessons through the things that you've overcame in your life. And for some of you, you're actually being guided by spirit to either like write about it or somehow get that message out. Maybe some of you are going to become a public speaker, a motivational speaker. You could maybe want to start a YouTube channel just speaking about your experiences. Maybe you've been through a lot of dating experiences. For some of you, wow, you could have previously overcame some really tough situations and you want to discuss that on a channel, possibly. That could be what Spirit's telling you. And maybe you're holding back because you're afraid what people will think. This is a huge message for you for that as well. Spirit's saying, wow, you are a mentor, right? So it's like with this, you lead in fairness and compassion towards others. So don't doubt for a second that what you're doing isn't coming from a place of light and an amazing place, and you're being guided by Spirit to do so. So this is really beautiful. Whoever this resonates for, get out there, make that channel or spread that message. Explain your story or what you've overcame, because for a lot of you, you're actually going to mentor either a lot of people or some in specific and really change their lives and guide not only them but yourself to a higher place. And if you've been worried, say things haven't been very balanced out, say, well, okay, well, most of your life you felt unaccepted or like you were different for the way that you were. It's like Spirit saying, no, but that's all part of the story. Wow. So a storyteller there, right? That's all part of your story. That's all part of when people really listen to you and get into it with you, they're going to just be in awe. They're going to be inspired by not only how you survived and overcame some of this. I'm surprised the warrior card isn't out. Maybe it'll come out in a bit, because y'all are like warriors, right? You're athletes. You transcended some, I would say, like emotional and physical things that a lot of people feel like they would not have been able to overcome. And you don't even know this yet, because for some of you, you haven't been able to open yourselves up to getting your message out there. But for some of you, it's going to be in all sorts of different ways. With the servant card here too, right? It could be that you're in a community. This could be spiritual, or this could be even like a religious community, or this could be even like a workplace community. There's something about you, though. You have a message or a way that you are in your beliefs, and it really touches people. So, wow, I just heard too, say you work at a specific place. Maybe you get in conversations with people. They don't realize all the light and all the amazing beliefs you have deep down. So it's almost like they're inspired by you. And some of these people could really wonder. And then with the trickster here, it's like you could feel confused about this because you could have always dealt with energies that were closer to you or that were more around you that made you feel outcasted or different for how you were. But just know there's a whole community out there of people that absolutely are going to feel like driven by the way that you think and live your life. So it's really time for you to put yourself out there, to know that you're doing it out of an amazing place, and that you have this ability to really change your life right now and that of others for a positive sense. Wow. So we've got the teacher and the child eternal. So like I said, some of you could be becoming teachers, and this could be like a spiritual teacher as well. So artists, some of you are being guided to put your creativity out there. Maybe you're going to put it in music or poetry or art. You're being guided to be yourself. So that's beautiful. For some of you, you could have always sang growing up, could have rapped, you could have wrote short stories even, I'm hearing, but maybe you just weren't accepted for what you did, so you felt like you weren't able to do so. So it says with the light attribute, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. Really beautiful. So look at that. You're literally a mentor. You're going to guide others to see a new perspective in life. And so they really want you to trust where you're being guided and put yourself out there. Companion, you're actually going to make a lot of new friends out of this as well. And people see you this way as a loyal, so it says loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. So people see you as an unselfish, very fair, kind, giving person. You could be someone who constantly gives to others, who feels like it's better to be, wow. So I just heard for a lot of you, like, in a sense, it's like without even trying to be. You could be someone who is like a prophetic speaker. You could just, by the way you engage with others, you really inspire them and let them know that there's so much more in this world, that they can connect with Holy Spirit no matter what they've been through. And it's not like you rub it in people's faces, but just the way you're so connected with your light and your spirit. Look, it's almost like you have this childlike heart, like always giving to others no matter what they are like to you. And people know that you are connected to your angels or to your spirit team through this, right? Through divine, because it just shows the way you glow and the way you are. So really just let that light shine, because that's absolutely beautiful. That's such a beautiful message. Wow, Spirit, thank you so much. So it's funny, they let me know this download like right before I was falling asleep, and I was super tired, and they're like, nope, go to bed. So I woke up, got ready to do this message, and it's just coming out so much more beautiful than I like ever knew that it would, you know, because I only knew the download. So look at that, student. Humility and devotion to knowledge. It says openness to lifelong learning. So keep opening your heart up to that. For some of you, you could feel like you're still learning about whatever this subject is that you're so creative about. Or for some of you, like say you are becoming an artist, it could be brand new to you. Something you're going to have to really put in some effort and learn. But Spirit's saying you have the ability to do so, and you're being guided right now. Definitely being guided by your own spirit team. And they want you to know, it's like for some of you, you could have such a like selfless heart. You're making sure at all times like this is the right message to deliver. Or say you're like just want to make music, right? You're like, you question even the words you put into it, because you would never want to deliver like a wrong type of being, you know, type of way to be. You really care about others. I feel like you're someone very selfless who puts them before yourself, and that's the way to be. It's really beautiful. So we're going to get some tarot to see kind of what's coming up for you, and definitely feel like okay, Spirit. I don't even have to say anything. I feel like y'all heard that. That's crazy, because I put it on like an hour and a half ago, and I just didn't think it was going to go off till I was done this live. So anyways, gotta love Spirit. Beautiful. Wow. I feel like we should get one more angel message too, but just know too, it looks like Spirit has you learning still. And especially if you are a creative type in any sense, you could be someone who knows they constantly want to learn. So maybe even too, you have a couple passions, but you're inspired to learn more now. And they're saying go for it, right? Don't be afraid to, maybe some people make you feel like you could want to overachieve by like, say for example, let's say you have a small like Etsy business, or you like to paint, but then you want to learn how to make music too. Like there's other things you want to do. They're saying like, that's who you want to be. That's who you were chosen and guided to be. So absolutely go for it. Beautiful messages. And for a lot of you, you're going to mentor a lot of others, or you already do. And I feel like throughout your life, you have. Like, for example, you could have had even a cousin that like made fun of you for being different. And then now this person like literally stalks your social media, or constantly always was kind of like you, but would never admit it. But then you always in the back of your mind were like, why doesn't this person accept me? Just like weird stuff like this. But it's just because people looked up to you always, and they just didn't want to admit it. So for some of you, you share a very close connection with animals. It says you're able to understand the emotions of them as you share a special bond. So you could have pets, and if not, you could just be a huge animal lover. Maybe you like to ride horses, or you have like cats or dogs. Beautiful. Wow. So it says good things come to those who work hard and persevere. So it says you are being reminded by your angels now how far you have come. Keep going. Beautiful. So look at that. Let's get into some tarot, but straight off the hop, trust that whatever tried to previously hold you back is actually just like turning into no longer a blockage, but like almost like a blessing and a lesson, if that makes sense. It's like you're going to see the light in it, because that's who you are, and Spirit wants you to continue being that way. especially if things have been unbalanced in your life, you've been feeling like just maybe you've been done wrong, or you just aren't where you feel like you're supposed to be, you know? I feel like Spirit wants you to know too, for a lot of you, people didn't want you to have options or see you succeed. And you've really overcome a lot of those barriers. And that's all you have to do. You have to keep going and push yourself forward and know that what is meant for you is meant for you. And I feel like too, whoever this resonates for, you're someone very giving. You're always leading in the light. So people are drawn to it naturally. It's almost like when people try to come at you with, say, a petty argument or knock you down now. You've outgrown that. You like literally don't even think twice about it. It could not even be on your radar for some of you. Or if not, the way you handle yourself in these situations actually makes people see a different side, a different light. And they're like, oh, wow, okay. And for some of them, they'll never admit it, but it's like they're like, feel like maybe they shouldn't even have said what they said to you. Or for some of you, you're like karma, right? People, if they treat you badly, they learn really quickly they shouldn't have did that to you, because for a lot of you, you wouldn't ever do people the way that they do you. Look at that. You're always someone who's giving. It's like you always wear your heart on your sleeve and give to others. Really beautiful too. You could be someone who's a little bit emotional or sensitive. Some of you could be an empath. Look at that. Empress energy. So big boss mode energy. People see you are trying to succeed, and you are succeeding, and you are really someone fair and giving. For a lot of you, maybe you walked away from energies that you figured out were holding you back. Absolutely beautiful. Just on the chase towards your own success and your own freedom. And it's funny because we had the Liberator card before, right? So your own version of happiness, regardless if people agree with it or not. It's like that's where you are being guided. And maybe for some of you, wow, maybe your family or something disagrees. Say you're a spiritualist or a teacher or a healer, or maybe you're speaking motivationally. Say, for example, maybe you suffered traumatic experiences growing up as a kid, and maybe it involved other family members or something, and you're speaking up against it. And so your whole family is like disagreeing about that, or maybe you feel divinely guided to, but you haven't. Spirit's saying to just go for it. Honestly, trust that whatever happened to you or you went through and stuff, if you've healed and overcame it first, of course, make sure you're fully healed from it before you're diving into it, almost is what they're saying. Make sure those scales are balanced. But then like just know that you are a mentor. You are meant to guide others. So if you feel like you've been divinely guided recently to speak up and use your voice in any sort of way, this could apply in so many different ways. Just know and trust that your spirit guides want you to do so. So absolutely beautiful. Welcome to everyone just tuning in. Beautiful. Okay, so let's get a few more tarot cards. Also, I really hope yesterday was good for everyone with 222. What a beautiful day. 2/22/2022. Can you believe that? Never like ever are we going to experience that. And we never will even experience like 333, right? So I think it's really special that us, part of this generation and this part of the world and these years, got to experience that. So if you already previously tuned into my readings, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. And just what beautiful energy for us to be able to share and know that this is a year of love. Truly is. This reading, though, is really focused on you. I feel like with the Three of Cups energy, it's either even you could have been in relationships where you felt like you weren't good enough. Maybe you were always like the second option, or you could have been left for other options in relationships. And this made you feeling like maybe too in the past you had to change who you were or be different. But realize that you are an empress. You are just good enough the way you are. And people look at you and look up to you. It's like you might not even realize the extent of it. But people want your cups. They want to know what's in your cups. They want to know how you live your life. Wow. For some of you, you could be divinely guided to make some changes too. For yourself, like in your diet or how you're living your life, just to bring up your energy levels and to be clear-headed. For For some of you, you could be, if you aren't already, going on like full sobriety. Like maybe you're not someone that really like drinks or anything, but you could occasionally have some wine or something, but maybe you're completely sober now. Or if you feel like you have done that whole switch in the last few years, or say even last year, I feel like for some of you, you could go to the gym a lot, just very healthy. Maybe you're like conscious, you have one of those big mammoth mugs of water and you drink one of those a day. Like you've changed your lifestyle a lot, whatever it is. Spirit wants you to know the more you do make those changes, your vibration's going to continue to raise, and you're going to feel like you're able to speak more clearly, more straightforward, like more to the point, and it'll always come out like properly. It won't be aggressive, or let's say, you know, when it's like passive aggressive, none of that. You'll come out humble and very straightforward to others in a sense that they can understand you. And I feel like all these different things are what's going to help you with your higher calling. So right now, they really just want you to focus on that. For some of you, it's time to like get in tune with animals. Maybe you could go for a walk in nature, and depending where you live, maybe you'll see a deer or horses. Maybe you live close to a farm, something like this. But others of you, it's saying to go out and to seek those adventures in order to really regain like a new vibration again. It's going to bring in a new sense of energy and make you feel really confident again. I feel like for some of you, just felt like, not that you weren't passionate about life, but you were just kind of dragging your feet or just getting by. And it could be realizing through raising your vibration, the more that you are, that the more you are able to get done in a day, the more you're able to achieve, the more you're able to slowly regain stability, especially if you had to leave a situation previously. Welcome everyone tuning in. You could have been dealing with an Emperor in reverse. So someone that just wasn't matching up to what you were providing in a relationship. And again, this could have also been multiple people. Wow, so we've got the Knight of Swords too. So you could have had the last few relationships or just multiple people around you that were kind of trying to block your manifestations as well, as if I split and that was there again. So really, yeah, it looks like too, for a lot of you, like the Emperor in reverse was more like a marriage or relationship. And with this could have just been someone who was interested in you or a friend or something. And you could have definitely turned them down, and then they could have tried to make your life difficult after that, is what I'm hearing. Tried to block your manifestations. Say too, especially if you are becoming an artist or achieving something new, they tried to, wow, as if we got the sun right there. So they tried to block any new manifestations, offers of love coming in for you. But here you go. The sun's coming in anyways. You're still going to receive your happiness, your abundance, your blessings, because you deserve it. So that's really beautiful energy. Wow. Don't forget to like the video if this is resonating, so we can get this message out for the collective. So yeah, if you felt previously blocked with any manifestations, new cycles coming in, or like you were just kind of slowly getting to where you wanted to be, but not, or say you wanted to manifest a dream, it wasn't going anywhere, it was just more so a mindset, like what you knew you wanted to do, know that you're going to have the ability to do so now. Like for some of you, it's manifesting these changes, these health changes, or just like becoming the best version of yourself you can be. That's what they're guiding you to do right now, to really lead in self-love, because the more you reflect that self-love, the more others are going to understand you and understand your vibration on how to like open up to you, right? Your connections are going to get a lot closer. For some of you, you're looking for new love or a new opportunity. Like, okay, for example, if you're an artist of any kind, it's almost like when you paint or say when you sing, you're in a certain vibration. So when you raise this vibration, it won't matter if your words are the same as when they were then, but the way the message comes out is going to be so much more beautiful, understood, and like emotional, if that makes sense. So especially too, if you could be a reader or a light worker, the higher your vibration is, right? The more in tune you are with your spirit guides, and it doesn't matter what you do, whatever kind of message you deliver or whatever kind of dreams you want to pursue, This goes in life. It's like the more you give to yourself in love and those around you, the more you're going to be in tune with spirit and on the right path. So for a lot of you too, if you weren't previously giving enough self-love to yourselves, you weren't answering the phone because they wanted you to give to yourself more and then answer that call, right? Because you are here for a greater purpose and it's time for you to really step up into that. So that's really beautiful. I really hope that's resonating for you because a lot of you could just be kind of waking up to this or not even realizing your full life purpose yet. And you're just kind of coming into this awareness of what it could be. We're going to get a few more tarot just to clarify kind of what's coming up from spirits. And then we're going to conclude the reading. Okay, so we've got the swords. So just know in the past, especially with the lovers below it, it's like say you were dealing with a lot of warped love connections. Maybe people that didn't support your dreams and stuff, or like maybe they were used to dating particular types of people. So there you come along, Empress mode. You're a boss, but you're different. So they didn't accept it. Right? And then here it is kind of almost showing that it's like, cut off any ties like that too. Anyone you felt like was holding you back from being your true authentic self or keeping illusions from you, painting illusions around you, it's really time to cut those relationships off. Ten of Swords, looks like there's going to be a little bit of conflict when you do so. Like I said too, if there was previously a Knight of Swords in reverse, so someone who came in, tried to make an offer and you rejected it or walked away from it, they're trying to put up a battle, trying to stop you from manifesting. But we had the Sun there, so ain't no one blocking your light no more. That is the most clear message from Spirit for all of you today. Absolutely beautiful. It's time for you to shine. It's literally time for you to shine. Like, hey, for some of you too, maybe you did something that was different with your hair, or you used to wear your nails different, or say you even dressed different, and then people could have like mocked you for it or made fun of you, and then all of a sudden, boom, now it's like trending. And you're like, really? And I feel like for some of you, you're the type doesn't even get recognition or anything. But that doesn't even matter to you because you're in your light. But I feel like if it happens so many times with all these different people and these different battles, it was all like a sword in your back, right? All these people betraying you in different ways or not recognizing you for who you were. So I feel like the main message is just to really focus and let them go. Okay, so let's see if we get anything else. So we've got the Two of Wands in the upright. Beautiful. So new energies coming in. You're going to feel uplifted. Whatever previously was holding you back or preventing you from moving forward is actually being guided away from you from Spirit. You're being protected. And like I said, if you have a voice and you have something, you know that you're supposed to get out there, but you're not because you're nervous of how you could be portrayed after previously going through stuff in your life. Like for some of you, maybe you have a hidden talent or project that you keep solely to yourself, right? You don't even actually let others know. They're saying you're only holding yourself back. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's because of a past partner, or wow, for some of you, it could have even been a past parental figure, someone that you looked up to, or if not a parental figure, like a mentor, right? Like someone that mentored you growing up, someone you looked up to that could have made you feel like you had to be a certain way or you couldn't stand in your true light. And now as you grow up, I feel like you're learning that that's not the case. Or if you aren't aware of that, realize that you're holding yourself back by not being your true authentic self, right? And really, it's like beautiful because with the Sun, you have so much light. You have so much, I would just say like creativity about you. And it's really time for you to get creative and not be afraid what anyone thinks. Absolutely. Look at all the sword energy too. It's just like conflict after conflict. So that's maybe why some of you hold back. Because you know too, especially what do they say? It's like literally the lighter you are, the more you shine. the more these shadow like sides are attracted to you. So I feel like if you already know this, you're someone of the light, especially if you are a motivational speaker or a spiritualist or a healer, you will always have like the shadow side, right? Coming up against divine when you're just trying to spread the message. Just know that no matter how many swords, you can overcome the conflict because you are of the light. So that is really beautiful message. Wow. You could even deal with karmics. So like I said, friendships, this could have been like a mother figure or cousins, even siblings for some of you. It's like you felt like no matter who you got close to, at some point, all of them could have maybe like been against your style or just the way you lived your life. But it's because they were all secretly wanting to be like that. And for some of you, it's more they're drawn to your light. And it's like, I feel like for a lot of you, maybe that's even just the message you're going to teach. Wow, look at that. Now the stars to the upright. It's like maybe for some of you, you're not even going to have to put yourself fully out there on a platform if that's not your thing. It's just like those around you are going to learn by leading in the light and being this authentic, true self that you want to be. Once you do it, you're almost going to set the path, pave it for others to really be inspired to be themselves. So it's a really beautiful message there. And just know your time is coming. Your time is coming. You're going to have a lot of people that will open up to you soon and want to give you a cup of like friendship or understanding, appreciation. For some of you, love. You can finally put those swords down. And I feel like for a lot of you, you could have been dealing with or are. Got a lot of air energy on the board. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have a lot of fire energy on the board. So Leo, Aries, and Sag. And then we also have a lot of cup energy. So we've got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Got a little bit of Pentacles. So a little bit of Earth. But for the most part, more so predominant on the three other signs. But we also have the Empress. So with that, we've got Taurus and Libra. So you could be any of those signs. Hit that like button if that resonates for you. Really beautiful. It's time to finally put those swords down. A lot of you too, it's like, I feel like it's like, okay, say you are an artist. They're telling you it could be something that is going to be really successful for you, but maybe you try to be so much one way instead of another because you are afraid to stand out, like you want to fit in. And this is a mindset you've created for yourself around past illusions of growing up, feeling like you had to be that way. But it's time to be different, right? When you get the calling to be different, trust it and lead into it because it always leads you to a positive place. And even if you feel like wherever you went wasn't a success, it's going to show you change. It's going to bring about change and teach you a lesson to follow your dreams. And look at that. We've got like a lot of balance coming in. So a lot of cycles will be restored. I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to get this sense of confidence again. I really hope with this reading, honestly, it can bring you a sense of confidence in knowing that who you are has always been enough. And it's like who you are is so original and cool, man. If this resonates for you, time to stand out a little bit more. Like maybe for some reason I'm seeing like, okay, so maybe someday you're like, you're going to wear this outfit. And then all of a sudden, especially if you're feminine, all of a sudden you like change last minute. You're like, no, it's too much. It's too much. Spirit's saying, no, don't change next time. Go with your first, like your intuition. Follow your intuition. Maybe even you get your nails done, right? You want to do a bright color one day and then you end up just getting a light color anyway. A brown or a nude color, something. But you were going to do bright pink or hot pink or say green. And then you decided not to. Spirit's saying just go for it. It's like little things like that you let yourself do to feel like you have to fit in more. And Spirit's saying the more you're like quirky and yourself, you're going to raise your vibration and feel more confident. And you're actually going to inspire others. So this is really beautiful. Time to put the swords down. No more conflict for y'all. It looks like you went through enough. For some of you too, these people were straight up deceiving you, telling you that you weren't amounting to enough by being who you were being. They were trying to make you feel like you had to work harder or your originality just wasn't it. And they were almost blocking you. It's like they're telling you to take off rose-colored glasses and realize that you were always high priestess mode. You're the empress, right? So it's like, regardless of gender, I'm sure we do have a few divine masculines watching. For the most part, you're probably divine feminine watching, resonating with this. But regardless of gender, it's like you are in boss mode right now, or you're working your way towards that, and they want you to trust yourself more. They really want you to stand in the light, especially too, like I said, you could be someone humble. You don't want to put yourself out there too much, come across a certain way, or even with your friends and family, maybe it's hurting your feelings the way they've always kind of, say you do something different, right? And everyone else in your life could be like, oh, that's really cool, actually. Like, okay, not everyone, but like certain people could be like, that actually is really cool. And then it's like the people closest to you, right? You expect them to really hype you up. And then they're the people sometimes that honestly bring you down the worst, right? And you just don't expect it coming from them. Say you changed your hair, or you changed your career, or you're chasing a dream. Say you do one thing, but you want to chase something else too. And these people are looking at you like with two heads, or they're not saying anything, right? And that could be also what's really upsetting, and feeling like betrayal, all these swords in your back. They're not supporting you. It's because they're so drawn to your light. And I feel like for some of you don't even realize, but you're mentoring these people and awakening them to actually step into their own light. So it's not even that they're intentionally, wow, strong message from spirit. It's not even that they're intentionally trying to make you feel like this. Maybe in the past they were, but now it's like a lot of them are in awe. It's like a lot of your enemies or people that were close to you that didn't fully support you are in awe now of what you did. And they're inspired, and they're actually so focused on doing that for themselves. It's almost like for some of you too, the more you are authentic and be yourself, the more you're actually guiding others to feel like it's okay to be like that. So that's really beautiful. Keep going for it. And especially if you know you're working really hard towards something, man, good things come to those who work hard and persevere. It says you're being reminded of that right now by your angels. So someone needed to hear that. Welcome everyone in the chats. Nice to see some returning subscribers and some new ones as well. But yeah, really beautiful message so far. I feel like Spirit's letting you know you're going to have options soon in love and in career. And wow, it's okay to have more than one option in your life. So maybe some of you feel like you want to have two career paths, or for some of you, like, you're very passionate about doing your own thing, and maybe that's how you want to be or live your life. Whichever this kind of resonates for you, it's almost like they're saying it's okay to be like that. Like, it's okay. This is a really random message I just heard for a select few of you. I've never gotten this message in my life, but this might resonate for you. Maybe you want to be in an open relationship, or you want to have two relationships or something, to each their own. I feel like a lot of you are just looking for one love. Know that either it comes two ways. You're going to have options, or say you want to open yourself up and do that, but you feel like people won't accept you. Spirit's saying be yourself, like live life for you anyway. That's a really weird message. I've never heard that before. But if that resonates for you, it's like, do you. They're telling you just do you. Like, don't give two F's what anyone else thinks, and trust that you have a higher calling. So for some of you, maybe that's how you're going to inspire others. But for a lot of you, I feel like it's more the way you live your life and follow your dreams. So look at that, Hermit. You are someone constantly learning. You could feel like you're kind of holding back your energy from others right now, trying to keep a fair balance in your life. That's okay to do so. Regain that energy, that sense of awareness as to where you're going next, and then kind of step forward into your next moves. So what I feel like is a lot of this focus is really on you and where you're going. I feel like love's going to happen if you haven't met anyone. It's like love's going to happen when you get to the destination, if that makes sense. Spirit really wants you to focus on you and your path and where you're going. And some of you actually have a higher purpose or a higher calling right now to really inspire not only yourself, but those around you by doing something you love. And they really just want you to step into that, and don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to stand out. Don't be afraid to be unique and original. I keep hearing that song. I wasn't going to say it, but I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Don't be afraid. Like, literally. Look at me, cheese ball. I was going to hold back from singing that song because I didn't know what you would think. So it's literally like that, right? Don't hold back anything. Be yourself. Be like, you know what? This is who you are. And look at that. People see your passion. People see your passion towards life and towards others. And that's absolutely a beautiful way to be. And if you were looking for love, definitely you will have some love offers coming in. Like I said, it'll be when you get to the destination though. Right now, it's time to focus on continuing to learn and to stand in your light. Wow. Thank you so much, everyone tuned in. This is such a beautiful reading. We're going to get a couple more cards to clarify. Like for some of you, I'm hearing like maybe you even dated someone and like you could have had your hair done a certain way and they didn't like it. So you could have changed your hair, you know, stuff like that. And you felt like you had to be a certain size or certain hair color. Like I said, even for some of you, wow, maybe this person made you feel like you had to be a certain eye color. You could have wore contacts, anything to fit in with people's standards. For some of you too, you could have grown up with glasses and people gave you a hard time about it. So maybe you felt bullied as a kid, or growing up, you felt like you didn't wear your glasses just because you didn't want to be judged. Or like you had to get contacts, like something like this. You always just had to, you didn't want to have people kind of maybe draw attention to you too. I feel like that could be something, but people are naturally drawn to you because of your light. So this is why you got to be okay with opening up to who you are and accepting that. Just trust in spirit and trust that you have a lot of light to show others around you, even if it's just those immediately close to you. That could be part of your life purpose as well, right? Just being that guiding light to those in your immediate circle or your family. For some of you, you could have a big family, lots of siblings, and maybe you have your own kids now. And it's like you could be maybe one or two of you, you know, are more like light worker inclined, like more empaths, more the people that anyone can go to, I'm hearing, to like listen. Like you're a very good listener. People love to open up with you and tell you their secrets or what they're going through because they trust, they know you're going to keep that to yourself. And for a lot of you, you could be someone who offers very good guidance or advice to others. So that's really beautiful. I feel like you're being told now to really stand in that and don't be afraid to shine. And for some of you, maybe you're even afraid to give the wrong advice, right? To say you got a really close friend or family member that comes to you and asks you for advice and you don't want to tell them the wrong thing, right? But they're saying trust. Like you got some knowledge too. We had the scroll card out earlier. So you've got some spiritual knowledge and wisdom through things you've overcame previously, and trust that you have a voice. You're almost, for some of you, you're meant to really share your experience, whatever it may be. Brighter days are up ahead. It says, expect big changes soon for the better. Happy days await you and your loved ones. You're being guided to a place of bliss. So wow, soon you won't even recognize your life. Maybe I feel like too, for some of you, if you need to hear this, it's like the more you aren't afraid to raise your vibration, give yourself some self-love and be your true authentic self, the more you're going to find you're making your way to the path you want to be. But just always remember too, sometimes there's detours, and sometimes where you want to be isn't necessarily what's best for you, and spirit will always redirect and guide you to the place that you're meant to be. Whether that's a relationship, a career, or even just in life, right? Definitely feel like for love, for some of you, as I was just like straightening that out there. Okay, so let's get one more angel message, a few more tarot to close it out. Wow, new career opportunities. I just split it there. And look at meditation will bring you the clarity needed. So with this new career opportunity, it says it's coming in soon. Your angels are preparing you behind the scenes. They want to see you succeed and are providing you the necessary skills to truly stand out. Get ready to shine. So that's really beautiful. For some of you, like I said, it's these little like changes in your habit, your lifestyle. For some of you, it could be guided to, maybe you're someone who never ate breakfast, but you're being guided to like start having yogurt bowls, or like say, have something small, or say you're getting like that water jug and you're going to constantly drink water. Whatever you feel like, even if it's just a small little change, it's all part of this big picture. And it's going to put you in the best headspace, the most energy. And for a lot of you, it's going to make you feel in the highest vibration in order to have that confidence too. Because I feel like for some of you, it's just like a confidence lacking based on what others have previously tried to say to you or project onto you. And know that for a lot of them too, that's their own insecurities, right? I mean, for everyone, they say it's like, if someone close to you says something like that, or like I said, if you knew someone close to you, say you did something different or you did something you thought they'd be really proud of and they didn't give you the reaction you wanted, it was just like no reaction or just an odd reaction. Like for some of you, maybe you had an accolade growing up, you graduated college or you decided to go to college, or for others of you, it could have been something else as well, right? You could have got a really good job. You could have even, for some of you, if you're a bit older watching this, say you had a kid, right? Or you found out and you expected the person closest to you or someone in your family like that to really support you and be excited for you, but instead they were kind of the opposite. It's just because it was their own projection, right? It wasn't that they weren't happy for you, but it just is something that some people, until they've healed themselves from their own past hurts, they weren't able to overcome. And for a lot of you, you actually triggered an awakening in them to inspire them, whether they'd say it or not, but to really take charge of their own life and to follow in their own light. And that's why I feel like a lot of you are light workers. So that's a really beautiful message right there. I'm very excited for y'all if you are just starting to wake up with your gifts or starting to receive downloads and messages, just even from your spirit team for yourself. They're really telling you to trust it and to follow it. So let's see what came out. Knight of Cups. We got the Seven of Swords. Okay, so love offer is going to come in, but it's going to be a little bit deceitful. I feel like, though, with this Ten of Swords, you're still kind of cold and detached to people that have previously done you wrong or made you feel less than. Like I said, didn't feel appreciated when maybe you were always someone who lifted them up. Just know you're being guided towards your passions at this time. And for a lot of you, these people will actually be inspired by you, or the amends will happen after a long time. And if they're not meant to be in your life, those people will be kind of blocked from you by spirit, right? They'll be kept away from you so that you can continue on your spiritual journey towards your path of happiness and inspiring others for a lot of you. And like I said, too, if you've been through a lot of conflict recently, felt like you've been really betrayed or brought down. Look at that. I don't even want me to say that. Betrayed or brought down. It's like, it's time to break through that barrier and to know that you're being divinely guided there. So that's really beautiful. Don't forget to hit like if that is resonating for you. If you know you're being divinely guided to your life purpose at this time, or honestly, just to your best self. Because I feel like for a lot of you, it's like maybe some of you are really hardworking and always go, 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 but you need that little bit of extra energy and you're just not getting it, or you're starting to feel drained out. The thing is, it's like they're showing you little tips and ways, like I said, about eating breakfast, or say you're going to start going for walks in nature or meditating more, whichever it is for you, because this is a collective reading, right? You will be guided. You'll just have this thought in your head. A lot of you, if you're like not sure how to communicate with your spirit guides, if you receive a really strong thought out of nowhere that comes, it's usually them just really bringing it straight to you. It means they've tried a few times to get through and they're unable. And sometimes all of a sudden out of nowhere, right? You could have noticed this now that I'm saying in your life, maybe one day, or say one day you were going to do something this way and then you ended up doing something else, or say in your life even, you just knew you were guided somehow, or you had this intuition not to do a certain thing or to go a certain way, or to be in a relationship even, right? To walk away from certain things that no longer serve you. That is your spirit team. So they're really just like in your face with it once it's gotten to that point. So for some of you, they're going to come directly to you and give you a message like that. Like, okay, you need to go buy, like I said, one of those mammoth water mugs. You're not drinking enough water. If you all of a sudden feel guided to go to Walmart or whatever and go pick up one of those, that's your spirit team saying, get that. You're going to start getting enough water. And then boom, you're going to notice your energy levels up here. You're going to notice maybe you were oversleeping, or you were feeling a little anxious at times, or for some of you just depleted, right? That's what it is you need. For a lot of you, could just be something as small as that, just drinking more water. But whichever it is for each of you, just know that you're being shown by Spirit how to raise your vibration in those little ways in order that this new opportunity comes in. You have enough energy, you're ready to handle it, and you're ready to, I feel like, really create a success for yourself and your life. For some of you, man, you're building a new foundation. So that's really beautiful. You could actually be getting a job promotion, or like I said, if you were an artist, you could actually just be starting to build a platform. Maybe you're just starting to get people to recognize your artwork or your music. Say you're a speaker or a teacher. Say you're a teacher, you could have just got offered a job. Say you're a speaker, you could have started a channel, right? So really beautiful. Just know whatever resonates for you and Spirit's telling you to really go for it. For some of you, I feel like in the past, we've got this 10 of Cups in reverse. So it's almost like so many people made you feel like you couldn't have your dreams. Whatever it was you wanted, especially if you wanted to be an artist. Like it was like a small fish in a big sea, I just heard. But Spirit's saying, no, no, no. Because this is the arcana signifying the whole reading. We've got the sun. That's the energy you sit in, the light that you bring. And beautiful. I mean, it's really just showing no matter what, don't ever believe that you cannot achieve your dreams. As long as you put your best foot forward, you work hard, and you really lead in the light, right? And I feel like you are that type of person. You're giving to others. You're not someone that's like betraying or backstabbing. It's just happened to you so many times over and over. You could have felt too like you had to give up on so many things or walk away from so many people to achieve a sense of peace and happiness. Hello, welcome everyone just tuning in. All right, so we've got the Two of Swords in reverse. So look at that. Soon you'll be able to put up your swords. I feel like, look at it. It's like you're just over it. You're over the conflict. For some of you too, this could be what's leaving you feeling drained. And that's all that this is, right? When the people oppose of you trying to be your authentic self, it's just a blockage. Whether they realize it or not too, a lot of those people or situations are karmic. And they're leading in karmic energy by trying to block another success or a way of being and beliefs. And Spirit's telling you to just really overcome that and know that the light that you possess is there for a reason. And for a lot of you, you're still learning about it yourself, right? So this could be too why you want to make sure, wow, I just heard, so if you do music or art, or like I said, if you are a healer, you want to make sure you're doing everything correct and in the best possible intentions and light. And that's why they're saying too, raise your vibration, do everything you can to get yourself in the best possible spot of like a self-love and confidence and healing. And then in that point, it's just going to flow. It's going to come naturally. And like I said, whatever isn't meant for you, it's going to fall away. It's going to dissolve out of your life. And that's just how it is, because Spirit's guiding you to this place of understanding. And for some of you, love, definitely you're going to have a couple offers there. We got 2 kings back to back. Could be a fire sign and an earth sign for some of you. We've also got a lot of air energy though. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Really beautiful message though today. I hope everyone's doing amazing. I hope the sun's shining wherever you are. Especially because you are all light workers and you all have such a beautiful light to spread, even if it's just, you know, to those closest to you. Don't be afraid to be your true authentic self. I just heard for some of you, maybe you like to tell cheesy jokes. Maybe someone always shuts down your cheesy jokes, okay? Spirit wants me to tell you, put those cheesy jokes out there anyway. Emperor in reverse. So yeah, in the past, it was either a father figure or it was a love interest that could have just not treated you like your authentic worth. Made you feel like you had to fit a certain mold is what I keep hearing. So it's just like, wow. And for a lot of you, this is what caused you to open up to the idea that you could have your own dreams to go after. And boom, wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups. Can you believe that? This person feels defeated. Six of Cups in reverse too, especially if it was a past lover. Or even if it was, say, a father figure, or it could have even just been like a mentor type in your life. Someone who kind of tried to assert control over your life. Definitely has caused them a tower moment as well, with the tower being in reverse. It's like, wow, okay, so this person, I'm just hearing too, it's like this person tried to dim your light and who you were, especially if you're a light worker or you wanted to be an artist, stuff like that. And it caused them a tower moment because it impeded their own growth, and it kind of showed them to others for who they are. So if that makes sense to you, only take what resonates for your story. But also this tower moment was caused for them because no matter what they try to put as a blockage in your life, I'm hearing, you are still the light, you still shine, you still smile, you still treat others with respect and kindness, even though you could have been broken over and over again by others in your life. And wow, we just had a beautiful flicker with the blue candle. So blue represents manifestation and truth. So as if it just flickers. So there you go. Whoever resonates for this, you're absolutely a light worker. And these people could have tried to make you feel less than, but it's only was because these people wanted to strive to have your light. And whether you realize this or not, for a lot of you, you trigger spiritual awakenings within others. Even if you are just more spiritually awakening now, or you're still going through a transformation, Spirit wants you to know it's something you've done since you were a kid, just because of the way you carry your light and you live such like a lighthearted attitude about life and towards others. It's like people could hurt you. So say, for example, in the past, when those people, friends, family, whoever it could have been, lovers, if they mistreated you or made you feel like you weren't good enough for being different, you still were nice to them. You were kind to them back, and you took their point of views for a lot of you. And you were someone who's always tried to look at all perspectives, right? So this is also why you're being guided to either be an artist or like a speaker or motivationalist, a teacher, because a lot of people could learn a thing or two, they said, about how you live your life, or at least not that, but just about how to not be afraid to shine, right? To be yourself. So I really hope that's resonating for you. They're really telling you to step into some more confidence. For some of you, you're truly hiding either who you are or feeling like you have to fit more in a norm. So like maybe, for example, you wanted to dye your hair a cool color, but then you don't want any judgment from others. I'm here to tell you to go for it. Say, for example, you wanted to, let's say, get a tattoo, or say, for example, you wanted to change your career into something that not everyone does, or people see it as more creative and maybe for some of you harder to achieve. If it's something like an artist in that, Spirit's saying to go for it, because this will create tower moments for others to see that when you do chase your dreams and you stand in the light, the world can be yours, right? And you are going to show so many people that. So that is so beautiful. Let's get a like for that, because y'all are about to change your life and that of others just by being yourself. Spirit needs you to know that. It's actually going to create stability for you. And like I said, it's like once you come into this 9 of Cups wish fulfillment, all that's left is that 1 cup. And what's that 1 cup? That's the relationship. So for a lot of you too, with the world being out here, you're going to meet someone who is your match. We do have 2 kings on the board, so it could be 2 potential lovers coming in. Fire, earth sign for sure, regardless of gender. And with the world there, the 2 of you are going to be equal. So this person could actually also be a light worker or a healer. Nice to see everyone in the chats there. We've got High Priestess Empress and a few other new ones. I see Peace of Mind. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I really hope this is resonating for you. What a beautiful message. No longer are you going to feel like you can't manifest things, because look at that 9 of Cups with it. It's like, okay, everything's about to come in for you. Wow. 10 of Wands. So the only thing that's holding you back, they're saying, is you not truly standing in your light and being afraid to shine. Don't hold back. It's like they're saying if you want to do a big change in your life right now, go for it. Just trust in your intuition and trust in your own guidance. Don't let like past scenarios or past hurts or people making you feel less than make you feel like you can't trust your own judgment. I feel like is a huge message. Wow, as if the Fool, look at that. That's what's going to bring in your new start for you. That's absolutely beautiful energy. Really happy to read this for y'all today. Look at that. And you're going to get a love offer as well. Especially after a time of dealing with like a reverse emperor. So someone who was just trying to assert authority over you versus support you. And like I said, it could have been a lover, but it could have also been like someone you looked up to or someone who, say you worked with who had like authority over you, or it could have also been like a mentor, like a family member. So anyone who was kind of like had a little bit of say over you or thought they did anyways. Also, you're being guided by spirit to walk away from those relationships, to completely cut them off. For a lot of you, it could have been a past lover or a family member, big time. If you feel like you had to make a change and walk away from someone, and yeah, this created a tower moment for them, but that was supposed to happen. That was the spiritual awakening that they needed to go through. So beautiful. After a time of really feeling drained, like everyone was taking all your cups, you're finally going to come into your 9 of Cups. But I feel like they're saying the only thing that's holding you back from all this success is by not standing in your light. There's something you're doing right now that you're still holding back. That is a huge, strong message. I'm getting there. So please remember to only take what resonates. Let's see if we can get a couple more archetypes just to get a more clear definition. And we're going to leave it there because I feel like this was a really beautiful reading. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you can be tuned in next time I go live. Okay. So we had the Liberator actually came out before. So look at that. Things are really being balanced out by divine, by your spirit team, and just in the universe, karmically. The light attribute is about freeing yourself and others from outmolded beliefs, right? Releasing negative thought patterns. So now is the time, like I said, there's still something you could be holding back. It's time to step into it. Especially if this is resonating for you and you know there's something you maybe are passionate about, you want to pursue, or you want to speak about to others. They're saying go for it. Look at that. So you are a leader. Naturally, you are a leader. You are someone very enlightened, and you are someone who not only is doing it for the good of others, but just because that's who you are. You know, you are just someone of the light, and you feel like for some of you, you could feel divinely guided to do so at this time. Prince there, so look at that. That's where you're going to meet your person as well. It really just shows you're going to meet someone on your level once you get to the level you're supposed to be at. So wow, a lot of you right now focus on that level up, and that's when your person comes in. I feel like too, it's like this is your karma. Your whole life, if you felt like people never let you feel like you were good enough for who you were, this is your karma. By you being your true authentic self. Wow, did you see that? By you being your true authentic self, that is like, your whole life is going to change, and the tower moment is going to be people are watching you have these new starts and like the world at your hands because you led in the light and you remain true. So if you got a small dream, you got a big dream, Spirit saying you could still feel like you're currently learning about it. This is why you haven't tackled into it yet. But this career opportunity or whatever you're trusting about your life purpose for a lot of you, this is it. It's here, and it's like this is your good karma coming in. So wow, that's really beautiful. Wow. I just love when spirit reaches through. Child divine, you are literally connected. It says innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with divine. So you are absolutely being divinely guided. We've got the Hermit out twice now. So with the Hermit there, it literally just signifies seeking solitude to focus intently on your inner life, and serves for personal creativity. So this whole self-reflection period you're doing, maybe you've been distant from friends, family, even partners, you're being guided to do that, to take that little bit of time to raise your vibration, right? By doing the little things to get your life back on track. And not only that, but they're going to send you direct downloads, creative ideas, and your brain is going to feel more like, I feel like it's going to feel like heightened, like you're more sensitive to new ideas and being creative. And I feel like the only thing they're saying that's going to hold you back is if you choose not to be like that. Because the more you literally reach for that creativity and that uniqueness about yourself, the more you are going to succeed and like feel passionate about it. So wow, that's a really beautiful message. So just trust, if you feel like you've been in hermit mode and you've just come out of it, or you were, it was so that you could pick up all the downloads you could. And for a lot of you too, when you were surrounded by others, you didn't even think about your life purpose, right? This could have been something that more recently happened. And if you think about it, it was because you went into that self-reflection mode and started thinking, well, what do you want out of your own life? And if that is true, and then you realize for some of you what your life purpose is, whether it's being a healer, a teacher, or an artist, those are the strongest things that were standing out. And especially to teacher, because we have the student there. So I just feel like right now you're really focused on still learning whatever it is about your passion or craft. And especially if it is a new career. And Spirit's just saying to keep going with it, go with the flow. Beautiful. It's like you have this sensual, creative ability to be more nurturing and giving to others, and also just be like kind and understanding, and it's expressed through wisdom. So they're saying to use that, tap into that, and use that to lead to your creativity. Child wounded. So a lot of you overcame some really tough say scenarios growing up, or stories, and maybe that's what they want you to teach and inspire others about. Right now, it looks like you could still just be trying to do work, trying to figure it out. It says the light attribute, great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. So wow, for a lot of you, you're just trying to make sure you're on the right path right now. I feel like even watching this reading, maybe that's what drew you to this reading. You're like, okay, I feel like I have a calling to be a light worker or to be an artist. Is this it? This is your confirmation to keep trusting your intuition. And, you know, if you need to do a little more research or learn a little bit more about whatever it is you're going after next to feel more comfortable, go for it. For some of you too, you have these abilities to be very independent and learn things quickly because of having an independence as a child. So some of you could have actually had to learn how to be alone from a young age. You could have grown up on your own really young, as if the mother card next. So yeah, you could have been separated from your parents. And if not, you have this mothering, nurturing ability about you. And that's what they want you to tap into more when it comes to creative projects and yourself. And once you do that, it's almost like for some of you, that is your light calling, just to be that nurturing person. But always remember to practice enough self-love just so that you are at your best capacity to give to others. So we're going to get a couple more cards to finish the reading. Yeah, so a lot of you are overcoming past wounds, things from growing up, childhood, or if not, you are someone that's actually helps heal the inner child in others without realizing. Just the way you're so kind and giving. So like maybe for some people, they dealt with abandonment issues growing up. And maybe, for example, when you date certain partners, they actually feel like those are resolved issues, if that makes sense. Like inner emotional issues they could have dealt with. It's almost like by your nurturing, loving attitude towards them and the relationship, you could like dissolve and heal issues of theirs without realizing. So really interesting for some of you too. If you aren't already parents, you're going to be really good parents. You're going to be someone who's really connected and has a very deep emotional bond. I feel like it's because for a lot of you, you could have had a difficult childhood or just dealt with one parent or maybe felt like a lack of love growing up. So, you know, when you have a family, you're going to make sure that you are always giving. And I feel like for some of you, you needed to hear that. You're going to be fantastic and trust that you're connected with spirit. So maybe if you're worried about how, say, for example, if you just have kids, you're worried about how you raise them. You want to make sure that they come out in the same light attitude that you do and humble, just know that you're going to do the right thing and you're being divinely guided by spirit, and they just want you to trust that. And I feel like all that insecurity just comes from you growing up feeling like you weren't enough, or who you were was viewed differently. So we're going to get a couple more. We had one flip here. Wow, second time out. This is the only one that's come out twice now. And it says selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. So especially if you know you're very in tune, connected with your spirit guides or spirit in general, just know that you cannot go wrong. They're saying they're guiding you to a proper place of happiness and like, wow. So a lot of you, literally, you got a message to put out there. It's time to get your message out and really just take the time, you know. Networker is like light attribute, enhances unity through the sharing of information. And it says engenders social awareness and empathy. Beautiful. So like I said, the way you are a light worker and you're almost like a fair, kind liberator, like liberating towards others. You're meant to do this because once you do, you're going to show people a new perspective and basically just really inspire others is the biggest message from this reading. From you being not afraid to stand in the light, you are going to inspire others more than you even realize. A lot of people, regardless of gender, see you as someone unattainable and very attractive. You could be someone who kind of keeps to yourself, especially if you've been in hermit mode or you went through previous relationships that kept you feeling blocked. For some of you, you could feel like you're not going to meet your right partner, or you could have had, wow, because we had the Emperor in reverse, now the Father card in reverse. You could have definitely really had difficult relationships when it came to love or just like a male figure that you looked up to. But just know whatever you went through that left you feeling secluded and stuff, you've healed, and now it's like time to stand in that light, speak your truth. And literally, third time's a charm. Facilitates spiritual commitment, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. You are literally being given this light and like healing and energy from source, so they just want you to trust it. I'm leaving that there because that is the strongest message for whoever needs to hear this, regardless of what you've been through or who made you try to feel less than. Live in your light, live in your authentic self, and you got a message to deliver for some of you, and it's going to create new career opportunities. They want you to really be your nurturing, giving self. And for some of you, if you feel like you're still on a path of learning and healing before you get to where you want to be, it's like take that road less traveled, right? Because once you do, the world will be there. And once you get, it'll be like the world you finally wanted, but it's going to take hard work and it's not going to happen overnight. And it's going to start with small things, right? Like changing your diet or drinking more water or, and changing your diet, I don't mean like eating nothing. It's like eating healthy or eating the things that are going to fuel you to give you this energy, because your body needs that, right? A lot of people forget too, especially if you're feminine. It's like we all feel like you could have to be a certain size. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. So literally too, stand in your light. Maybe you aren't a particular size. You don't look a particular way, but you're absolutely beautiful and people are drawn to you for that. And it's like, you're not only going to change your own world, but the way that others see the world as well. Because they could also be like you or were like you were. Like say you were afraid to be your authentic self before and you're really coming into this now. Man, you never know. There could be lots of people that are close in your life, friends, family that look up to you and they're like, wow, they wish they could be like that. But over time, them seeing you put yourself out there and try, it's like you have this trifecta effect, you know? Not only do you switch your life for the better, but those around you. So that is such beautiful energy to be in. And you're someone who's very fair. So it's like if you're worried about if you're doing the right thing, if you're giving enough, if you're being in the light enough, it's saying you're always in the light. And literally that the friendships you have with others, with animals, with nature, with spirit, it is all divinely guided, and to trust yourself a bit more. So let's get a like if you're ready to live your life in a light. And I hope you have an amazing day. I really hope this reading resonated for you. Very strong message that the more you stand in your own light, the more you're going to achieve in your own life and really do well and inspire others. So I really hope that could be an inspiring message for you today, and take care.